Excellent greetings, everyone. Welcome to my channel, the Judy TV show. In here, friends, I talk about marriage and marriage related trending issues. And I am Judith. Guys, one of the trending ones is that of Churchill Olakunle and Rosy, his wife. Churchill Olakunle is the ex-husband of Tonto actress Tonto Dike. In a good number of us will know Tonto Dike. They've been married they got married, I think, 2006 or 2016 or so, and their marriage lasted for like 2 years. But thankfully, they have a son together, King Andre, before the marriage ended, before he now married Rose. But recently, we saw Gistlover, made a disclosure that their marriage had hit the rocks, that the guy used to beat her up, infidelity, and what else. Anyways, let me just, because I think this is not the first time, but let me just start tracing it from somewhere. Um, First of all, a lot of people uh, claims that Rosie snatched Churchill from Tonto. I beg to differ. I don't agree. Because I recall that while the married relationship with Churchill and Tonto was on, Tonto had accused Rosie of having a relationship with him. Just as she also accused another lady in Ghana who was working for Churchill of also having a relationship. In fact, that one, I think there was a time she even slapped her. The stories was on social media as at that time. And then Churchill came in and told her that there was just nothing and everything, but she wouldn't listen and all that. That was the story that made the rounds that time. But what now happened is that, I know a lady, okay? The husband works in a paramilitary setup, and then she's a professional. When the man proposed to her, she refused. Guess why? Because the two families are like, they are family friends, not that they're family friends, okay? And then they are so close. Sometimes when this man doesn't have money to pay for the school fees of his children, and the other man has, he doesn't mind, he just pay for everybody. They were that close. So when this man now proposed to the lady said, "No, I see you as my brother. In fact, that's the mindset I have. I can't see you as a different man, from my family. I just see you as a brother." Every effort to make her to like change her mindset, she said, "No, that is already registered. I just see this man as my brother, and I can't imagine having a relationship, a husband and wife relationship with him." And based on that, she said, "No." What am I trying to say? There are people that, based on how the families relate, they see themselves as a brother and sister. Not that they are biological brothers and sisters, because that's what I understand that people are now trying to misunderstand about the case of Churchill and Rose. There was no relationship with them. Rose was working for him just like every other person, but the way he treats them, I think at Christmas time you buy this one phone or whatever, whatever, whatever. So they now see him as a big brother, right? But when the marital relationship with Churchill and Tonto ended, that was when that, something like, this person that is here, this person is even good enough, let me even see whether I can now marry her and all that. She respects me in the office and everything. It was at that point in time that Churchill now looked in the direction of Rosie, and now eventually the whole thing ended in a marriage. So there was no question of snatching here. People might ask me how. Go and Google their story. It's just there on the social media. It's just that a lot of people believe that there was a relationship with them because Tonto said so. There were a lot of accusations that time and everything. So having said that, then Churchill now got married to Rosie, and thankfully again they had a boy together, their first child, I think, in Churchill Junior, and then she later had a baby girl. I think I can't remember 2 or 3 years ago and all that. I wouldn't know the name of the girl, and then. Like I said, this is not the first time their matter is coming on social media, that they have gone their separate ways, there are issues here and there and all that. I recall that there was a time that Churchill and Tonto was having issues, in respect of child custody of that their son that they had together, King Andre. There was just back and forth and all that. I recall I did a video on that. If you go to my playlist, the Judy TV show, if you go to my playlist, you see the video there that I did on them. I think, Rosie, you can do better, something like that. Don't fuel the challenge between your husband and his ex, something like that. That's the title of that video. It's in my playlist. And in that video, I was telling, because Rosie came and was eating, throwing her bar up. If you all remember, she was throwing her bar up and all that, and then was drinking beer like that. So I came and told her, girl, what is this? This is not decent enough for you, for throwing her bar up. That's an indecent way of it. That's a gutter behavior. And then for you to be drinking beer. What are you celebrating actually? Just what are you celebrating, right? That these two people had problems, and then you came in. Shouldn't be the reason why you now have to be throwing a bar up and then drinking beer and all that, because you have absolutely nothing to celebrate. For me, I think what you should have even done was to call your husband and say, look, honey, look, you are too good for this. Don't do this. Don't drag the mother of your boy. You people had a good time. It's the mother of your boy and all that. No, 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 please don't do it. If she doesn't want you to see the boy now, you can leave it by the time the boy is grown, but just be paying his school fees or whatever, or just keep money for it or something. You should be in a better position to like be a bridging gap, peace bridge, between both of them, even though they're not going to come back together or whatever. But at least don't allow them to go all out, fighting for nothing, and then you sit back and you're celebrating and throwing a bar up and all that. I recall I did that video. Then I remember there was another time. I can't remember, the first, was it the first time or one of the times that a Gistlover put out there that they were having issues and everything. And Rosy now came out and made a post, or did she even a video, that whatever thing that happens, whatever her husband does, because there was a lady, they took her photograph with Churchill and then posted it there that they were having affairs, and then he wants to replace Rosy with this lady and all that. And Rosy now came out and said that via a post or video that no matter whatever thing that happens, if she catches her husband cheating, that she will not leave her home and that she will not leave her husband, right? So then the next story we heard about them was that she gave birth to a baby girl and all that, and then this other, for this long time nothing was heard about them until this time around that Gistlover now posted this disclosure that all is not well, with their marital union. But the funny thing is that the two people that are concerned have come out to tell us that there was nothing like that, that all is well with them. So all we have to do is we believe them, except there's anything that they put out there, okay? Because one of the disclosures that Gistlover made was, the Basbos by Churchill on Rosy, okay? If there's a video, I mean a photo of, bruised faces, and then, because Rosy is very white, just one slap like that, okay, the thing will just show. But we didn't see anything like that. Wouldn't know whether they're hiding anything or something. But for the fact that they came out and said that there was nothing wrong with their marriage, we'll just have to take it like that until we see anything, that is contrary to that their claim. But I don't pray for that, okay? I discovered that in this app, a lot of people are more interested in, oh, this marriage has hit the rocks, this marriage has, even though when people also wear, people also rejoice with them and congratulate them. So don't make it, it's a matter of choice now. Don't make your own one of those that people will now be saying he has hit the rocks, even when he has not hit the rocks. However, I have two observations, one on Rosy's side and one on Churchill's side, that could fuel the disclosure of Gistlover, making it look real, or making what Gistlover said to be true, even when it is not true according to them. First of all, it has to do with the post. What Rosy did. She went and deleted all the photographs of probably they had to family photographs with Churchill on her Instagram page. That could speak volumes, or that speaks volumes, that all is not well, because usually your husband's photos were all there. You guys are family, you guys are one, so why would you now come and delete the photos of your husband? So are you now saying that what the Gistlover said, Oba said, is true? Okay, I faulted that. Okay, not that I faulted that, but I'm like, no, she shouldn't have done that, something like that. Then that is on the side of Rosy. Then on the side of Churchill, he now posted that he heard that he's trending. So he now asked in that post, who is cooking, who they cook am, something like that. That, people are waiting to hear the bad news that his marriage has hit the rocks and everything, that they will wait till they get to menopause. Meaning that they will wait till they become old, or they will get till they get tired or something, but there's nothing like that, that his family was on vacation, I think in Turkey or whatever. But that's what the things I said. I said on Rosy's side and then on Churchill's side. On Rosy's side was deleting the photos, and on Churchill's side was this post that he made. Churchill, how can your family be on vacation and you will not be with them? Why are you not with your family? Churchill, why are you not, father of a husbandman, why are you not with your family? Because if you ask me, you are an international businessman. It's obvious you travel every now and then and all that. And this is an opportunity for the whole family to be on vacation, where you have time to play with your children, go to the seashore with them, maybe ride a boat with them, shop with them, eat with them, probably stay in one room or whatever, in a hotel or something until you get back from the vacation. So why are you not with them? Why is it only Rosie and the children that went on vacation, and two children at that? And you know that daughters are quite close to or closer to their fathers. So you don't think your daughter will be missing you? This one they're on vacation and you're not with them. Probably you're home or something. So these are the two things I said, the way they handled it, now makes it look as if what Oba has said is true, but they are saying that it is not true. For me, I will accept that it is not true until maybe there's anything to prove it or whatever, okay, or anything that proves them otherwise. But I like to say generally to couples, I don't know whether couples have observed the way marriages are breaking these days like eggs. So it behoves on couples, okay, to do their best. Where is the place of God in your marital relationship? That's the question, very vital question to ask yourself. Where is the place of God? We have seen these days that, it's no longer beauty. It's no longer about curves. It's no longer about, who dresses better or what. A lot of people have gone under the knife, BBL and whatever. At the end of the day, the husbands are still cheating. A lot of ladies are beauty as, they are beautiful as beauty, okay, or beautiful as beautiful. Yet the man still cheats. They are still having issues in their home. The Bible says that by strength shall a man not prevail. It is not of him that runneth, nor of him that willeth, but of God that showeth mercy. Have you given God his rightful position in your marriage? That's the big question that couples should ask themselves. Because the way marriages are breaking these days, just like egg, like that, just like eggs. Look at Lincoln Edochie. Yunus' own has been on for a while now, but look at Lincoln's own. Lincoln divorced his wife that has two beautiful daughters for him. I wouldn't know for what reason. That's an entrepreneur, respectful. I call the birthday of that woman that Lincoln came and now said he's not always giving to tear. He doesn't tear up easily, but maybe this day being his wife's birthday, that's going to tear up and all that. The wife knelt down, was thanking him and all that. So you begin to wonder what now happened that you divorced this woman and you went and picked a woman who has three grown-up children, and you're dragging here and there, creating a negative tension on yourself and on your family and all that. So you begin to wonder. Couples should be aware that, this way that marriages are breaking like eggs these days is not the proper thing. Give God the rightful place in your marriage. It is no longer beauty, that is no longer certificate. I have seen people that have my doctorate degree, and at the end of the day, there are still issues. It's not as if you have if you put God in his place in your marriage, probably there will not be issues. But you see God to talk to. You leave it in his hands, and he knows how best to handle it. But you see, because there's no ship that God will be inside that will sink. They never create that ship. They never produce them, and they will never produce it. Right? So, but when something is happening like that, and then this one is willing to go this way, this one is willing to go. How is it possible that somebody that told somebody I love you, was pampering this person, was singing the praises of these people, all of a sudden this person will now hit this person to the extent of beating, driving the person away and all that? I'm not talking about Rosie them own. I'm now talking generally. All of a sudden, this man will now be beating his wife, will not be giving her, a housekeeping allowance. The man will want to drive it, he doesn't want to see her and all that. Is it not yet time that couples should go the way they're supposed to go, giving God his rightful place in their marital union? Because for me, marriage is a forever deal. You can't do it on your own. You can't. Even your siblings, you do have issues with them, let alone somebody that is from a different family, probably from a different state or different tribe or different national. Please, couples, please. I want you people to have a real thing that you have given God a rightful place in your marriage. It doesn't mean that you're not modern. It doesn't mean that you're a Jew guy or that you're a Jew lady. No. In fact, it means that you're a wise person. Because there's nothing that is committed into the hands of God that will ever fail. Nothing. So that at every point in time, if there's anything that you see that is bringing up that is not of God, you start taking it up in prayers with God. You present it to Him. The wonderful thing about God is not only that He hears, but He also answers. That's why He's called a prayer answering God. Try Him and see. This way marriages are breaking. It's not anything to go home by. It's just not anything to go home by. And I pray that God will be given His rightful place in homes, so the marital unions and in homes, so that He can do what only Him can do as God. Okay, that's where I see this thing, friends. Honestly, that's the way I see it. And like I said, until we hear from them, until we see anything, I pray that even if there's an issue, for both of them to take, now that the news has started flying up and down, and for both of them to sit down, take a stock of what is going on, who acted this way and all that, and then see how they can make things up, have a conversation around whatever is the challenge that is going on in their home, and then trust God to intervene and help them. That's all I want to say in this video, friends. Please let me know if you agree with me, or if you don't agree with me, or you are one of those that will say, hey, let the thing break now. Well, I'm waiting happen now. No, no, no. Something happens. It's not the best, okay? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, friends, so that we'll have a conversation around that. Okay, please like this video, ensure you watch this video, okay, and then share this video so that some other person will see this video and pick one or two things that might better his or her marital relationship, or even someone he or she knows. Okay, I trust that will help me to do that. Thank you so very much, dear friends, for always watching my videos. I know you're going to watch this one, and I am grateful that you're going to do that. Let me thank you in advance. Thank you in advance for watching this video. All right, dear friends, I'll see you in my next video. Please take good care of yourselves, and bye for